and good afternoon. Welcome to this week's episode of Creative Corner. Today we're going to be making some tin folk art to celebrate and honor National Hispanic Heritage Month, which is from September 15th to October 15th. We will have more additional programming following that, so be sure to look on our calendar. Tin folk art is inspired by Mexican culture, so we're going to go ahead and do some of that, and I will show you all the supplies as usual, and then we'll go ahead and dive into our workshop. Hi, so I do have a lot of supplies in front of me, but we're not going to use every single thing in our tin folk art. So I do have a template that I found online. There's a lot of different types of ones that are out there. So it's entirely up to you which one you want to use. We have a sheet of aluminum flashing, so that's what we're going to be using today. We have a hammer, nail, some pliers, a piece of wood, and I'll show you what we need the piece of wood for a little bit later. We have some regular glue, some E6000 industrial strength glue, and I'll show you why we need that a little bit later too. We have some flowers, some glitter, sequins, beads, buttons, a cup of water with a paintbrush because we're going to be using paint a little bit later. And then to incorporate a little bit of Spanish, we also have some Loteria bingo cards. In your supply kits, you'll receive some of this supplies, but you'll need to provide the rest. So you'll receive a sheet of aluminum flashing, the Loteria card, one of the templates too, and then let's just go ahead and get started today. Okay everyone, with your aluminum flashing, it does have a protective cover on it, just to protect itself from scratching, and I don't know if you've seen my fingerprints, but it's very easy to tarnish. And this is the most difficult part because you gotta try to pull off the protective covering. Already getting my fingerprints on it. And then with your template, you're gonna go ahead and place it on. Grab a pencil. So we have one of the designs, and then with your Loteria card, you can decide which card that you want to use. So I'm going to cut out the hearts. And then we're going to do the same thing with our card. You're going to leave a little bit of space around it. So you're going to make a border. And then you're going to go ahead and cut out your entire design. Okay, so it's an experience. So I went ahead and cut out the template. You do have to be absolutely careful when you do this. Because the corners are very, very sharp. I pierced my skin just a tad bit. But where all the sharp points are, you're going to go ahead and try to round it off the best of your ability. So whether that's just grabbing your scissors, and like I said, just try to make sure the corners aren't sharp. Alright. So I did my best, like I said, to try to make the corners as brown as possible to make sure that it's not sharp and pointy, and I did that to the little frame for our Loteria bingo card too as well. So up next, you need to get not the scrap piece of aluminum, but your hammer and nail and your wooden block. Because what we're gonna do is, I don't know if you see on the template, but we have these holes. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Hammer it down a bit so that way it's not pointy on the other side. And then we're gonna go ahead and continue that all the way around to make a nice little design. Alright, so we went ahead and hammered around the little aluminum flashing so that way we can get the holes down. And then I also did it up here in this little decorative piece. One of the things I did do while we were away too was get my pliers and bend the frame of our little witchamajig so that way our little Loteria bingo card piece will fit. So it makes a nice little holder. The next thing we have to do is go ahead and paint the surface. I have some paints and we're gonna do our best to try and do this. Welcome back everyone. So we went ahead and made the holes all around the heart. And then what I did with my wooden block and my hammer, I hammered the other side so that way you don't cut yourself on the openings. So the next thing we gotta do is go ahead and paint the heart. I have a bunch of different colored paints that we're gonna use. We're going to design it, and then we're also going to decorate at the same time. I'm going to go ahead and speed up the process with a time lapse so that way you don't have to watch me paint the whole entire thing slowly. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright everyone, so we went ahead and painted the overall shape and look of our tin arts. So the next thing we got to do is add the decorative elements. So if you look up images, there are different things that are going on with this. So one of the things that we got to do is go ahead and add some of these dots. Don't forget to, if you only have one brush, make sure to wash your brush. If you have multiple brushes, then you don't have to worry about this. So now that we got most of the groundwork done, you do need to add this to your overall look. We'll go ahead and do that here in a minute. I would like to add some flowers. We did use some of these flowers for our floral picture frame a few weeks ago. Turns out we didn't need the whole decoration. So what we're gonna, we also have some sequins if you want to incorporate the sequins. We also have some beads. I think I'll let this fully dry and then we'll go ahead and call it a day. I'll post a completed project on our social media so that way you can take a look at it once it's fully dry. Thank you for joining me today as we dived into some tin folk art inspired by Mexican culture. We worked with aluminum flashing, which is relatively new to me, and then we also worked with some Loteria bingo cards. A lot of different supplies. I will put all the supplies I used in the description of this video, and if you would like a supply kit, I will put a link directly to our website in the video description too, so that way you can request one. There will be some supplies included, which I mentioned a little bit earlier in this video. If you are not already, be sure to subscribe to all of our social media platforms. We have Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and so much more. You can find them on the homepage of our website as well. My name's Josh. Thank you for joining us for this week's Creative Corner as we celebrated and honored National Hispanic Heritage Month. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.